Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I tell you, we keep on talking about our generation and the problem with young people and that type of thing, but there really is a problem there. In this audio, actually it's a video that I found at theblaze.com, fascinating commentary by a young man named Caleb Bonham, and I encourage you to check it out over there at theblaze.com and check out his website. But he's with a website called Campus Reform, and it kind of summarizes the problem that we have with young people today. I'm going to ask Sigmund, go ahead and play that.
Christian theologian John Wesley once said, "What one generation will tolerate, the next generation will embrace." America has tolerated the entitlement mindset for decades, and the next generation, the millennials, are seeking to take it a step further. An overwhelming majority of my generation believe that Americans are entitled to security, entitled to a dignified life, void of any shame or hardship. What do you believe every American is entitled to have?
Well, okay, freedom, liberty, justice, the big three. But also, I believe in the social safety net. So I believe if you're poor and you can't afford food, we should be able to help you to buy food. Healthcare, definitely. Education.
Life, liberty, and justice. Food, healthcare, and education. Housing and transportation. And phones! When does it stop? Yes, we have a right to life, liberty, and to be treated fairly in our judicial system. But food, education, and healthcare? No. Even the Bible rejects such an absurd notion. If you can work and you refuse, even the most basic human needs will evade you. But that's not the mindset of my generation. Let me ask you this. So a single mom is unable to pay for her child's daycare. You think the government should pay for their child's daycare?
Sure.
So the same single mom is unable to pay for a car to get her to work. Think the government should pay for her car to get to work?
Cars, no, but I think the government already does a good job providing transportation options. Okay. So public transportation is subsidized by the government. Okay. So the mom is having a tough time paying her rent and she's already has subsidized housing. Think the government should pay for her house? I don't know where you're going to stop with this. Yes, for sure. I think so. So do you think the government should pay for all of her food if she still has a tough time paying for the food? Yes. So where do the entitlements stop for you? I think to extend the logic of John Wesley, what one generation tolerates, the next generation embraces. What one generation embraces, the next generation demands. I believe that people should, take some initiative, pay for their own things if they can, but if they're falling on hard times, the government certainly should step in. And how do you define hard times? I mean, where did the entitlement stop? If you think that we should be paying for somebody's daycare, sure, why not? Why not? Everybody deserves good daycare. For too long, America has embraced the notion that Americans are exceptional, entitled to a dignified life. And that is so wrong. Americans are no more exceptional as humans created in God's image than anyone else in the world. What made us exceptional as Americans was the belief that man was created free, not enslaved. But that moment that America embraced the notion that we are entitled to security, we planted the seed for the belief that we are entitled to daycare. We have the right to receive dignity as human beings, but we are not entitled to a dignified life. The outcome of our lives is to be determined by each individual's life choices. We kind of lost the point, but I liked arguing with you. You're fun. Good, okay, good. Yeah.
Good stuff. Campus Reform, I think the website is probably campusreform.com. I encourage you to check it out. I love what he shared. What I liked, I think what I liked the most was this whole discussion, or the ladies' discussion, the young ladies' discussion. And I'm going to have Sigmund join me here. Sigmund Kramer, my producer. The young lady, she was probably about 20 years old, I would guess, 21, you think?
Yeah, that's about right. Sounds about right. I remember those college days where I wanted everything to be taken care of for me, too.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to get up in the morning and actually attend class. I just want to get an A.
How do you keep the big three to have all those other things. How do you keep life, liberty, and justice? Isn't part of liberty economic liberty? The ability to keep what you own or a significant portion of that?
No.
And how is it just to disproportionately take money from some people in order to give money to other people who aren't willing to work?
Yeah.
I don't understand. So much of what she said you should be allowed to have are contrary to those three principles of life, liberty, and justice, which, by the way, the original three was life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But, and I think what she does is she justifies all of this as justice.
Yes, and also the pursuit of happiness is justice, right? Not just the pursuit, but, the attainment.
The attainment of
happiness. And that is, obviously you and I can't provide that, but the government can.
Yeah.
Our pocketbooks can. Our tax dollars can. So, I mean, if someone needs to be happy and wants to be happy, they should be happy, Kevin.
Yeah.
That's what gay marriage...
And you should pay for it.
That's what gay marriage is about, right?
Yep.
That's what abortion is about. Women are happy when they have abortions. Didn't you know that?
Well, and they certainly are eliminating an inconvenience. And that's often the driver, the motivator. I don't mean to be rude, crude, or whatever, but that is the primary reason why abortion is done is because of that inconvenience. And so I'm not saying that there aren't extraordinary cases that provide an incredibly negative adverse effect on people, but at the same time, it's mainly driven by that. Well, another thing, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to. Barack Obama said it best. I don't want my little darling, punished with the baby. So
punished with the baby.
Yeah.
Talk also, I found it interesting, his talk about exceptionalism, American exceptionalism. I liked what he said because in the old days, American exceptionalism was this pull yourself up from your own bootstraps. There are something unique about Americans. Americans not only take care of themselves, but we are the go-to country to help solve problems around the world. And now, all of a sudden, exceptionalism has redefined it. We are such exceptional human beings that we should have cradle-to-grave care. And I think he nailed it. I think that is what millennialism, the millennial crowd defines exceptionalism.
Yeah, and I like that he said, look, we're no different. We're no more exceptional than any other of God's creations. What makes Americans exceptional is that they are willing to have a rugged sense of individualism and work, very hard. Not that we feel entitled that we should just have everything, but he's right. This generation coming up, they're going to expect it. They're going to demand it.
That's right.
And what's hilarious is we've passed the buck literally down to them so that they're now going to be so far in debt, the only way that they can demand it is either they pony up the cash themselves or they kick the can down to their grandchildren.
Yep. Caleb Bonham did a great job. I like that commentary. I like campusreform.org. You want to check that out, campusreform.org. We need more resources like this to educate us about what really is happening with the millennials. And Sigmund, thanks for being with us. And
Sure.
Also want to thank the listener out there. Props to Glenn Beck for focusing on this over there at theblaze.com. I'm Kevin Price. We want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Have a great rest of your day. Spend it wisely right here.